Good evening, everyone. I thought I would attempt this now, doing the video every so often, and I would base it on my favorite devotions, which is on the Incorruptibles, the saints, blessed, servant of God, venerable, men and women whose bodies had not decayed from any erosion or embroiled. I mean, there might be some embrailing from some, but I'll give you one example. Pope, or sorry, not Pope, Saint Vincent de Paul. His nose had a little bit decayed, and they put a bit of waxing on his nose to keep it, to get it fixed. So there's very few out there that actually needed a lot of embrailing or waxing. Another example, I think, was what I heard years ago when I went over to see Saint Bernadette in Nevers in the convent. We were told that one of the nuns, or some of the nuns, decided to wash the clothing of Saint Bernadette, and I don't know if they washed the body. I think they washed the body. I don't know why they washed the body, but then all of a sudden, it went pink. So they had to put waxing on her because it's not something you can really do to one of the bodies. Now, a couple of years ago, I got the chance to go to Paula Frazinetti, the founder of the Daughters of Dorothy, and that was a great experience. And it's in a small, I wouldn't say a small, it is a smallish chapel, but you'd need to know all these places in Rome. I've gone to Rome mostly. I can't really give you an exact or an estimate number how many incorruptible bodies are in Rome, but from the top of my head, for example, like Trastevere, I think it's called. Pronunciation might be right, but there's Saint Cecilia, the patron saint of music. There's Saint Charles of Sesse, and there's Anna Maria Tegi, Blessed Anna Maria Tegi, who there's a book in her life called Wife, Mother, Mystic. Anyone who hasn't read it, I'm sure it's on Amazon, and you probably would get it in most bookstores. She was one of the Incorruptibles as well. Her body's in a church called San Crisogono. I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's a church dedicated to a Croatian martyr. You can see his a relic of his. It's a rib relic of his in this same church as well. It's a very old church, one of the oldest churches in Rome, and you can see this in Rome as well. It's a beautiful church, dedicated to the Trinitarians, which is what Anna Maria Tegi was, and you can see her body at the chapel. Very last chapel on the left hand side, and there's a beautiful museum also dedicated to her. You can see her two coffins that she was put in before she is now laid out the way she is in this small chapel. But I hope anyway. I've been trying to do this book for God a good while now anyway. I mean, my first experience of the Incorruptibles would have been St. Catherine of Bore in Rue de Bac, where I also saw St. Vincent de Paul, and that was my first experience. Through the Legion of Mary, you'd always hear Catherine of Bore, but I never got a chance really to visit. I wouldn't have got a chance to see Paris or visit her relics in France. And it's only through hearing about the miraculous medal and Catherine of Bore being one of the Incorruptibles that I got to see her body. And I mean, don't get me wrong, she's not the only one out there. There is St. Louise de Marillac, I think it is, the founder of the Daughters of Dorothy, with St. Vincent de Paul. And then you also have a couple of blocks away. I never saw her body, but it is there. It's a church dedicated to St. Francis Xavier. It's, excuse me, St. Sophie, St. Madeleine Sophie Barat. Her body was in a church in Belgium, and they moved it to this church in Paris. It's about 5, maybe 6 minutes away. I never saw it because, being honest with you, a lot of the time I've noticed when I'm trying to write this book that I'm doing on the Incorruptibles, you have to have everything in the original translation, Italian. So every time you have something in the original translation, then you can actually find it in its proper format, if you know what I mean. If you have it in English, it won't give you the church it's in and so on. But I found an awful lot of them, and that's where I actually saw about Rome, going to Rome. The likes of Philip Neri and Saint Joseph Mary Tomasi. I would never have seen these churches or about them, these men, other than through my resources I looked up. And anyway, I hope to tell you all about these different saints and so on, about the Incorruptibles, and introduce you to all what the Incorruptibles are about. And I suppose from me telling you all about them, we can both learn an awful lot about them too. So I hope you're having a nice evening and are all well. And as they say, keep safe and mind yourselves during the virus we have at the moment. God bless.